Hi, my name is Dr. Dave Nicol and this is Freewheeling. Now the question today is, why do I have to care about values? Surely these are just whiffly, wishy-washy things that don't really matter at the end of the day. And nothing could be further from the truth. As evidenced by a couple of conversations I've had recently, because I've been talking a lot about values in the content I'm putting out, but also in the VEDX Leaders class that I'm running. That's the first thing we started with values. And two brilliant pieces of feedback that I've had recently. One was one of the people had done this as a team exercise. Now just imagine what your team meetings look like at the minute. If they're like a lot of other veterinary practice team meetings, they look like a bunch of people sat on chairs in a fluorescent lit room, looking grumpy, looking sullen, looking like they wish they'd be somewhere else if it weren't for the donuts that were on the side. And they're basically bribed to be there, and they're just being handed the show up and throw up, the Seagull management. So the person leading the meetings flapping around above everybody else like a seagull, making lots of noise and crapping on everybody beneath. In Brighton, I can make that analogy, right? But that's what's happening when we just do team meetings, which are actually just complaints about things that aren't being run right. They just sap the energy. They're like the Dementors in Harry Potter. Instead, if you get a focus in a team meeting on something like values, where the whole team get to contribute, something incredible starts to happen. People start engaging their actual brain rather than just sitting there thinking about how none of this is their fault and they're not to blame. They engage in the exercise. And so this is what the feedback that I've had from two separate people this week, which is brilliant. One of them said it was the most energized, engaged team meeting where everybody contributed, everything put something in, and what they learned from it was that even though they occasionally had their setbacks and their differences, that they just had so much shared ground that they stood on that it made it a lot easier for them to understand each other and relate to each other and find ways to push through. And they found it a great exercise in pulling the team together and bonding. Another person I spoke to said that one of their team has since come back and said that it's been one of the most enlivening exercises they've done this year, that they're really engaged by it, energized and getting into it. When you start building more meaningful work into your meetings, into the conversations you're having with your team, when you start engaging them in conversations that have genuine purpose, okay, the purpose is a big purpose. It's not just a little purpose concerning with the minutiae, but it's bigger purpose that helps them engage and see the vision, see the reason, understand the whys, the why you do what you do in your practice. That's when people will really start to buy into what you're doing. And once you've gotten that shared platform of values, that foundation stone for where you're going as a practice, once you can write them, and that, by the way, will be a list of nouns, probably and hopefully quite a short list of nouns, you can then start to build those into the verbiage that's about the doing, the actions, or we call them the behaviors of how you should do things or how we do things around here. So your values and your behaviors are the foundation that starts to become your culture, because culture is nothing more than the shared set of beliefs that you have and the behaviors that are acted out every single day as a result of those shared beliefs. And once you start to understand that, once you're then willing to focus time and energy on articulating those values and articulating those beliefs and translating that into actions in day-to-day that you want to see from your team, engagement starts to soar, and that helps everything. You want people to be more engaged and stay back or to do more operations or to show up at meetings on time or to implement that policy change or to recommend their friends or to say good things or to get in front of a camera and represent your business or to clean the instruments better or to do anything. Whatever it is in veterinary practice, maybe it's just to care more for the animals. Like that's one that most people do not let go at all. But engaged people do everything at a higher level because their state of mind is better, okay? So that's a part of values. So in your meetings, what are you spending your time doing? Are you spending your time on things that make you more like the seagull manager? You're flapping around? Or are you spending time on things that actually make you more like what I like to call now the conscious manager? and you actually are starting to engage the people around you and have them feel like they've got buy-in, they've got say within your culture? That's your question of the day. So let's hear your answers. Don't forget to drop them in the comments beneath, or ping me on Instagram. It's at Dr. Dave Nicol. Until next time on Freewheeling, be safe, be well, be happy. Dr. Dave out.